The Arcturian Group, September 28, 2013. Greetings, dear ones. We bring you hope and comfort, for we know many are suffering in these times of great change. You are in the process of releasing old energy from your physical, emotional, and mental levels, which can be and often is uncomfortable and stressful. Understand that clearing and releasing his levels to it. You may think you have cleared experiences or emotions, and then suddenly there they are again. Much of this deeper clearing has to do with ancient lives lived within the structure of rites and rituals. The clearing process moves at whatever pace your higher self knows you are ready for. The more profound experiences of your past lives often have deeper levels which up to now you have buried within and are only recently ready to clear. Please do not expect ordinary life to continue as it has in the past, because daily living up to now has been based on universal concepts, some good and some bad, duality and separation, most of which are now dissolving. Nothing is going to remain the same, nor can it, although general appearances may still seem unchanged. It is the people as a whole who are choosing to no longer accept the status quo, a sign of spiritual growth. As the energy frequency of Gaia changes and as you become more enlightened, the higher frequency energy will appear in new and higher ways of doing what you do each day. You are creators, and your state of consciousness will manifest in the outer. Everything is spiritual, for there is nothing else, one omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient consciousness manifesting itself as. It has been mankind's ignorance of this and his belief in duality and separation that has created the world you have come to know and believe in, one filled with pairs of opposites. Awareness is the goal of the spiritual journey and is what you are awakening to now. You are ready. As consciousness awakens individually and globally to the truth of being and the error of duality and separation, the outer scene must, automatically change. Each realization of truth adds to universal light and helps to dissolve those false appearances created in and of ignorance. Let go of everything that no longer serves you, dear ones. Why do you continue to hold to those things, people, places, beliefs that you no longer resonate with? Honestly ask yourselves this question. Many are not even aware that they are doing it, even as their intuition is prodding them to let go of all that no longer serves their higher good. Clinging to ideas and ways of living that you have evolved beyond out of habit or some misplaced loyalty slows spiritual growth and keeps you in bondage to the past. Where there is an inability to let go, it always involves fear. Humans have been programmed lifetime after lifetime, and often for good reason, to fear the unknown. Fear has been a tool used by the power-hungry to dominate, so the fear of making a mistake is common. Fear stems from any intense past life experiences and for most remains firmly entrenched within cellular memory, particularly within the root chakra, until consciously released. Release and clearings happen in several ways. It often starts when a student's energy level starts to rise through meditation or energy work done by enlightened persons. Clearings can be general, but deeper issues must usually come up and be recognized in some way, physically, emotionally, or mentally. All clearings are guided by the higher self, and a student need never fear that they are not ready for some clearing experience. Many of these intense past life experiences still held in cellular memory activate whenever the individual comes close to making a choice similar to that which he may have made at the time of the original horrific experience. To prevent this, the body set up protective responses: fear of heights, fear of water, fear of dogs, etc., etc. Fear. Send light often to the cells of your body, especially during meditation. State the intention that your cellular memory release this old energy and allow in the light of the divine blueprint. Inform your cells that they will never have to experience this thing again, even if you do not actually know what the experience was. When irrational fears present to you, take the time to ask yourself, what am I believing that is making me feel this? Is it true? This way you can identify, release, and move beyond fear through higher awareness and the intention to clear and move beyond fear. Intention is very important in everything you say or do. Ask your higher self and guides to help you with this, for they are there to help and love you very much. However, as with everything, it is your choice. The evolving soul bravely begins to trust the unknown when he comes to understand that all that is real is held in divine order by law in spite of any appearances to the contrary, for there is nothing else. Mankind has been taught to find his solutions on the mental level, believing the brain to be the most important organ of the body. The brain is simply a tool and consciousness is the activator of this tool. Children are taught from an early age to think and plan and plot every aspect of life in order that everything will flow without any problems based upon third-dimensional concepts of how things need to be. Realize that when working from a consciousness of duality and separation, there will then always be the pairs of opposites no matter how well you plan, for you are creating perfectly within this energy of duality and separation. This is the third-dimensional experience. Planning is necessary when booking an airline ticket and taking care of daily issues. We are not saying that you cannot plan, but we are saying that it is time to learn to first listen to your intuition, acknowledge the truth behind every appearance, and then take whatever human footsteps are needed. Humans have been taught to do it the other way around, plotting, planning, and scheming through life, and then secondarily and perhaps on the Sunday at church, consider the spiritual aspects of a situation. Spiritual consciousness is very practical. The completeness and harmony embodied within divine consciousness and you, when realized, will manifest in ways that are perfect for you which may not be the same as they would be for another. The spiritual life must be lived every moment of every day and night. Truth must become your state of consciousness, the lens with which you perceive everything in your lives. Your real identity is that you are spiritual beings, and therefore it is imperative that the serious spiritual student acknowledge and begin to live this awareness. You chose to be in the denser third-dimensional energies of Earth in order to awaken in spite of any appearances to the contrary. Many know truth on an intellectual level and go no further. Truth cannot be experienced on an intellectual level, no matter how many classes you attend or how many books you read. Truth kept at an intellectual level simply holds the spiritual student in place and adds to the third-dimensional energy of the world. The divine cannot be understood with the brain, it is too profound, too universal, and too sacred. Truth gradually unfolds from within as an individual is spiritually ready. Intellectual knowledge of truth is only a first baby step. Anyone who is serious in their choice to evolve, must start walking the walk, dear ones, instead of just talking the talk. It is time, and is past time for many. Remember, mankind is not on earth simply to enjoy the scenery, but to awaken. All reading these messages are ready, and know it, yet many hesitate to actually live it. Living a spiritually awakened life does not mean standing, arms folded in a pose of prayer 24/7, nor does it mean saying, "Oh, God is all, everything is illusion, so I will let this starving baby just die." Living out from truth does not mean being anyone's doormat either, as one of the many concepts about spirituality would have you believe. Living out from center means living, moving, and having your being in a foundation of truth at all times in spite of outer appearances. You are then guided through everything needing to be done on the human level. Understand that discord and disharmony have no law to hold them in place but are simply the illusory interpretations of a universal, impersonal, and unenlightened world consciousness enmeshed in beliefs of duality and separation. Send light and love to all those you see struggling, always recognizing their true divine nature. Much is coming that you will perceive as chaos, but do not go into fear, for all is simply the removal of old and finished energy from Gaia as well as from individuals. Never doubt that you are divine beings having human experiences. Those evolved enough to be reading messages such as these, are on your way and fully capable of adding much light to the world at this time, if you choose. We are the Arcturian group. Channeled by Marilyn Raphael. www.onenessofall.com